All right, so we had, what, 3 extra missions? And one of them was a date with Paz. So Fulton recovery, date with Paz, and armored vehicle battle. I guess we'll start with the date.
How's Paz doing?
Okay so far. Still shocked about being lied to by Zadornov, but she's actually getting along great with the crew here at Mother Base.
Cool.
Really? That's good to hear.
Still, it's gotta be depressing for a girl her age to be cooped up on an offshore plant all day. Even if it is only temporary. I bet she'd love it if you took her out somewhere once in a while.
Cool. Items need something Paz would like.
Tuxedo.
Items she would like, I don't know, curry? Maybe some chips? Some, like... Yeah, she likes birds, but I don't have any birds. I don't have any birds lying around. I have a bird box? No. Maybe the Walkman? Maybe it'll have some tunes. A magazine? That's all I got. Why would you CQC her?
What's with that?
No?
You going to throw this away?
Surely it can't be CQCing her. That cannot be right. I don't think you can.
you know, we are finally alone, Snake.
Yeah?
Why don't you leave the radio alone for now?
Oh. No. No.
Good to go.
What is it, Snake?
Are you kidding?
Give me a hand. Impressive.
What? No way!
I'm counting on you.
What are you talking about?
Good luck.
Yeah!
Thanks.
Yeah!
Give me a hand. Snake in.
Yeah!
Go, go, go.
Yeah?
I'm good to go.
What is it, Snake?
Thanks.
Yeah!
Impressive.
What? No way!
Give me a hand.
What is it? You okay?
Go, go, go.
Yeah?
I'm good to go.
What is it, Snake?
Snake in.
Yeah!
What the fuck?
Co-op in.
Yeah!
Impressive.
Thanks.
I'm counting on you.
Okay. So it has to do with the co-op chats, I assume. So let's change them to be, I don't know, affirmations, I guess. Why are you checking my hard drive? You can do this. Good. That's right.
Right.
Good work. Got it? Sure. Got it. It's not good enough. I got you covered. New clip stuff? Oh, the pop-out thing? Yeah. It is cool. Good to have you. Sorry, I just...
Sorry, I just...
Kept you waiting, huh?
Waiting, huh?
Not bad. Nice one. Nice one. Not bad. Good luck. Impressive. Thanks. I'm counting on you. I guess thanks isn't good enough.
Yes.
Oh, is peace in here? Oh,
Peace.
good call. All right, so surely that'll do it, right?
You can do this.
See, thanks.
Good. Good.
Yeah!
That's right.
Too early.
That's right.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
Good work.
Yeah!
You can do this.
See, thanks.
Good. Good.
Yeah!
Good to have
Yeah!
you. Peace.
Peace.
Good call.
Impressive.
What? No way!
I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you.
What are you talking about?
Peace.
Peace.
Impressive.
What? No way!
Nice. Nice.
Yeah!
Good to have you. Good to have you.
Yeah!
Nice. Sorry, I just...
No, it is okay.
Sorry, I just...
No, it is okay.
Are we done? Like... No. It doesn't. I will. I'm gonna give it like 30 seconds. Give or take. What are you even looking at?
What's with that?
I got you covered.
What is that cover for?
That's right.
Huh?
Okay, I'm lost. Go for it. I'm about to go faulting people for fun. That snake, only snake would take on a date. The box. That's the one thing I didn't bring. Does it have to be a box for two? Or does it have to be the love
How's
box?
Paz doing?
Of course it's a love box. You don't have to say anything else. It's fine. Yeah, no, this is awkward. This is not good. It's okay, though. We're here. I assume that the chatting thing does something, though, so I'm going to do it again. Against my better judgment, I suppose.
You can do this.
See, thanks. Yeah!
You can do this.
See, thanks. Yeah!
Okay.
Peace.
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 Good to have you.
Yeah!
Okay.
Sorry, I just...
No, it is okay.
I think those are the only ones that I actually remember are the ones that get right.
Good to have you.
Yeah!
Sorry, I just...
No, it is okay.
And then in the box.
Room for one more?
Aha.
What am I going to do with you?
What's the other text, Lily?
Snake, we fitted Zeke with its own AI pod. We were having trouble adjusting the AI, but Dr. Strangelove was able to get it up and running.
Strangelove.
Why the surprise, Snake?
Whoa, we're an army without borders. We need a deterrent against foreign intervention. That's what Zeke is for. It may even prove necessary to...
I'm not against deterrence itself. The problem is when a nation comes to rely on it. All that does is force a burden on its people. The same people that constitute the nation itself. The existence of nations is...
It sure is.
That's why I, one without a nation, see potential in MSF. But power is required for you to distance yourself from nations. I will do whatever I can to assist with that.
Glad to hear it.
And I merely lent Huey a helping hand. I will not give Zeke an AI like hers.
I wouldn't expect you to.
I'll say it one way better. I wouldn't want you to. I wouldn't want you to. Don't put an AI in that. Let's get all these. I didn't really do anything with the Metal Gear, though. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Kojima. I'm sure that's the last one that we're gonna see, though, right? Surely it won't happen again. That'd be crazy. I'm done listening to you, Miller. I just wanna float some people up in the air. Sneaking suit. Get me out of here! Yeah. There we go. Wild.
Your current objective is to retrieve the prisoners.
Your one mistake. You left your butt wide open.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Oh, it's not in this area. I'm sitting here farting around. I guess the G-Monday Gold does kind of look like we're faulting somebody away, eh? No one will ever know the difference. Oh, I hated this area. Didn't I see somebody else? Oh, he's around the other side.
Wilson recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
I'm seeing things.
Okay. I was trying to make him do the freeze thing, but that's fine. Whatever works. Right? No, he's not in here. Next area, then. Unless it's up here. Nope. Aerial mine design specs. Cool. Guess I'm glad I looked. This is the one with the big wall, right?
What's going on? Rise and shine.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Nope.
The enemy's here!
Wait, how? Because I spoke into the mic, you heard me.
We found the enemy! Send backup!
How did you hit the wall? Oh, hi. Okay. Upstairs then. Ow.
Over here!
Watch it. There might be bombs.
Thanks for mentioning that now, Miller. Really appreciate it. Thanks.
Stay out of sight till
The enemy's here!
What the fuck do you mean you ran away?
I knew you could do it. Piece of cake, right?
For real. He has got to be my least favorite character in the entire series. I remembered last night fondly what happened in Metal Gear Solid 1, and I was like, you know what? Deserved. Deserved. Oh no, he copied, he's impersonating Miller. What happened to Miller? He's gone. Good! You've done the world a favor! Anyway. How's everybody doing?
We've got a problem. Zadornov's not in his cell.
What do you mean he's not in his cell?
He must have used his prosthetic as a blowtorch to cut through the bars. But we've managed to narrow down his location using a transmitter we planted on him. I'm adding a new mission. Find the KGB agent Zadornov.
Great. So he's annoying and incompetent. Can't even keep a guy in jail cell. For real. You would think they would have learned after Coldman. And yet, here we are again. That's okay. I'm sure he won't escape again. That would be crazy. Gotta move some from the R&D team again. Off to food. Off to intel. Off to combat, I guess. We'll go medical, it's fine. Intel. That should be fine. What did we learn? Strike marker, RPG. Oh, the aerial mine, that's right. Okay, and then items. Night vision goggles. Ooh, an upgraded love box. I haven't gotten thermals yet. I wonder if I missed the recipe somewhere. Probably, eh? Oh, Zadornov search mission. Zadornov escaped Mother Base. Find him and bring him back.
Snake, Zadornov has escaped custody. Find him.
Real quick again. Why is this my job? Oh, chapter 5, Outer Heaven. These are just the missions. I should have known. The missions are just finding Zadornov. Is it 5 times? 7? Here we go.
Find Zadornov and bring him back here with Fulton recovery. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
He could be anywhere. Cool. This is gonna be great. Super. Okay, I don't see him. Next. I love hide and seek. Okay, not here. I thought I heard something. Nothing. Of course he's in the last area. That just makes sense. Of course. There goes the silencer.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Someone's firing at us! Going to alert status!
Understood. Maintain heightened alert.
Is that him? Uh-oh.
Come in, HQ!
This is HQ.
This is patrol. All clear.
Understood. Stay vigilant.
It's okay, though. Because...
They've okayed the request for support. They're sending out a cardboard box as we speak.
this will surely have... nothing. Well, this is not good. Oh, really not good. Do you have any Fultons on you? Fucked up. Well, where the hell is he? Maybe I did hear something in the jungle, and maybe he ran away from that spot because he heard me. Let's try restarting this. I'm out of Fultons anyway.
Find Zadornov and bring him back here with Fulton recovery.
try going up here first. Because if he's not up here, then he's not going to come up behind us, right? So, like, at least clear this area out.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Wouldn't be like up in a tree, right? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. That's fine.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Hmm. Heck is this guy? Oh, from the dude moaning in your ear. Sorry, their directional audio is pretty good for the PSP. Wait, you saw a butterfly? Where? Oh, right there. Oh, do you think he's invisible? No. Hmm. Well, worth a shot. All right, well, he's definitely not here. So let's just slowly start working our way back, I guess.
Stay out of the water. That's beyond the scope of this operation. Stay out of the water. That's beyond the scope of this operation.
What if I don't wanna? Okay, so we haven't checked the Rio del Jade or the swamp. Definitely have the wrong suit on for this area too. Not that it matters.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Colored smoke grenade, cool. I definitely heard something that time. I refuse to gaslight myself again. Yep. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, you've got the one guy on the gun. 4 guys total. Shit. All right, let's search this area a little bit better than we did last time. That's the prisoner. Sorry, buddy, you gotta stay this time.
Search every inch of that area.
Hmm. Dickhead.
Shots fired!
Try using
Attack!
full
Going
recovery
to
on
alert status!
Okay, you're done with that area. Head for the goal. I knew you could do it. Piece of cake, right?
No. He was up there the whole time. Is it over, though? Do you trust Miller?
So, you found me.
It wasn't hard. What are you up to anyway?
Just going for a stroll.
Kaz, I've got Zadornov returning home.
Acknowledge, Snake.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm sure that's where it ends.
Package for you, boss.
What?
Yeah, looks like a cassette tape.
Oh.
Don't worry, it's clean. No trace of explosives or anything. Return address just says Eva.
Eva.
Someone you know?
An old acquaintance.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Huh.
Tidings from an old flame?
Don't start, Kaz. Anyway, I'll check it out later.
Okay, just don't go running off after this chick. We can't afford for you to be distracted right now.
Or what? Smoke grenade red? Skip. Great question. Great question. Ooh. Oh, that's one extra person in the oops.
You're fired.
Oh, is the combat team overdone too? Let me move my face real quick. Hold on. Oh.
You're fired.
There. What did we get? Smoke grenade, right? Okay. Now what? Oh, we were supposed to read that thing, right? I should probably do that really quick. Cassette tape. Oh, where is it? Maybe not then? Yeah, I guess not. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Shoot all the targets at the back gate of the U.S. missile base in Nicaragua. Sure.
Commencing training mission. Missions like this are key to building up your basics.
Shut up.
Targets as fast and as accurately as you can.
Is there another one? Oh, there was. Actually, there's something hiding in here. Because if I was Kojima, I would have hid something back here. Guess that's why I'm not. Oh. Oh.
Head for the recovery zone.
Done.
Mission complete. Great job.
Yay. Okay. Bolton rank 4. Honestly, just auto assign him. Can't do that, eh? Not sure why that wasn't working. Boom. One shot. Defeat all enemy soldiers and unmanned weapons in the Los Cantos area of Vulcan Erosu with a single bullet.
Let's get this mission started. Complete the mission and proceed to the Fulton recovery point so we can get you back alive and well. Good luck out there.
Let's rock.
Okay.
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
An explosion?
Out of ammo, huh? Guess it isn't too much even for you. We'll put the operation on.
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
Hmm. Weird. There's gotta be a way to, like, get them all over by each other. But you can't bring another weapon.
A real veteran ought to be able to take out multiple enemies with a single bullet. Not by shooting them, but by using it to set off an explosion. Find something flammable, like a gasoline drum, or an unmanned weapon with a full fuel tank. Then shoot it and blow it up. and make sure it takes a few enemies with it.
Right, because this is still considered a weapon, right? So even like the empty mag, I don't think it'll let me take this.
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
Someone attacking?
What's that?
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
Oh. The problem is the other guy doesn't go over far enough to actually get there. Rabbit, thanks for the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. Those who don't know me, my name is G Mundi. You can call me G Mundi. You can call me Gary, whichever you prefer. Currently trying to finish up Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Hope you had a great stream. I wonder if I shoot this, if it'll explode enough to, like, take out multiple barrels.
Going to alert
The
status.
answer was yes.
Out of ammo, huh? Guess it was too much even for you. We'll put the operation on hold.
Yeah, I can't wait. Thanks for the raid, Rabbit. Appreciate it. I'm stoked. First, I need him to escape more often, though. So we need to shoot one of these robots.
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
Probably when they're both in this area. Oh, you're good.
An explosion?
Out of ammo, huh? Abort mission. Come on back.
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
An explosion?
Okay. I am correct, and they need to be, like, chained together.
We'll put the operation.
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
Needs to be in this area and that area. That was probably it. No.
An explosion?
Out of ammo, huh? Guess it was too much even for you. We'll put the operation.
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
Like a fraction too early.
Explosion?
Out of ammo, huh? Guess it was too much even for you. We'll put the operation.
I'm giving this like 3 more attempts, and if I don't get it, I'm moving on. I'd rather fight a tank.
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
I don't know why the reactive is freaking out.
operation on hold.
And like, for what purpose at this point in the game, right? Like, I get the objective is to show you that things can blow up, but like, we're past the credits. Like, how is this helpful now?
Neutralize that security detail. All of them.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm using my berry strategy. Oh, that might have been. It still wouldn't have gotten the guy on the left, though.
Okay, you're done with that area. You did it. Keep it up.
Silly shit. Woo! Most deserved S of my life. Just kidding. Just kidding. Bing boom, bing boom. Okay. Yeah, you can stay. You're not doing me a lot of good in there, Miller. That didn't unlock another mission, though. However, the researcher being held in the Cloud Forest, Central Heredia, disguised himself as an enemy mercenary to escape detention. Great.
Let's get this mission started.
This one looks silly.
Stealth.
So if you use the Fulton on a person that is not the researcher, you lose time. Surely they'll tell me exactly who the researcher is, right? So I don't have to guess. Nope.
Here he is.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Sick. I'm sure there was an identifying feature. I did not see it.
I knew you could do it.
Oh, at least another hour. At least. I kind of wanted to finish this, though, and it doesn't seem like that's going to happen in the next hour. So maybe a little longer.
Bad news, Snake.
Of course he is.
Doorknob's on the loose.
What? Again?
It's funny. We took away his prosthetic and did a full body check. We even increased the guard.
You think he had help?
Impossible. Anyway, I'm adding a new mission.
Impossible,
Locate and
sure.
recover Zadornov.
Research means R&D, though, right? For real. Oh, you're good. I just kind of assumed that they would unlock. And I wouldn't have to do like these individual things in between, but it is what it is. Intel. And then we need to move someone out of food. It's gonna be you, and I'm just gonna fire your ass.
You're fired.
Yeah, so the main with he doesn't escape until you like do these missions. And then that's just like, that's when the actual mission unlocks. I don't know if you're supposed to like wait a certain amount of time. Maybe I can like change the time on my PS3.
Snake, Zadornov's disappeared.
Fuck off, Miller. Honestly. Okay. Here we go. That's true. Same area again.
Find Zadornov and bring him back here with Fulton recovery.
There's no way he's gonna be in the same exact area again. That would be way too easy. Oh, this isn't the same area. Oh. Thanks.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
That must be the upgraded Fultons.
Subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
I don't think they dropped shit before. Oh, did it? How so?
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Oh, that's annoying. Well, at least this one's only 2 areas. Yeah, that's annoying though. That sucks. Right.
Freeze. Done.
Okay, you're done with that area. Head for the goal.
That was faster, at least.
You did it. Keep it up.
Probably still slower than the game wanted me to do it, but still. Oh, I got the ass.
Kaz, I cut Zadornov.
Impossible. I thought I'd made it. Acknowledged and appreciated.
Impossible. I thought I made it. Nope. Nope, you sure didn't. But don't worry, I'm sure you'll escape again. Two new members. Jeez. I don't know why the auto sign's not working. Just like you never used it before, why would you use it now? No. Click. Like, okay, thanks. Love that for us. Mean it. Hold up all the mercenaries and tranquilizing. Oh no. Weapon assigned banana. Yeah, all right.
Let's get...
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I'll check after this.
Get control of all the enemies by holding them up. Hold up all enemies. If you're discovered, the mission's over.
Freeze.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Right.
Freeze.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Freeze.
The robbers use bananas. That's funny. I just realized we could have gone backwards. That's probably going to have people back there too. I didn't even think about that. I should have checked the map first.
Freeze.
That was close.
Freeze.
Yeah, that's been pretty consistent with the Fulton in this game, though.
Freeze.
I can't believe that worked.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Freeze.
Head for the recovery zone. Pick you up there. Mission complete. Folks back at Mother Base will be thrilled.
I'm sure they will. You got all those people with a banana? I sure did. I sure did. A bee. Ah! Please let him escape again. Don't make it 2 side missions every time. I'm begging you. I'm on my hands and knees. Okay. The box. Banana! B is for banana.
Let's get this mission.
It's a C4 one. This one should be pretty easy.
Let's.
Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Oh, I forgot to check the audio files. My bad. I completely forgot.
Destroy all enemy supplies with your C4.
Enemies close.
Shut up. Boop, 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 boop.
I think I see someone. I'm seeing things.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Oh, I just have to leave.
Mission complete. Great job.
And let me guess, he escaped. Boodum, boodum, boodum. No? Uh-oh. Hmm. Yeah. I think I see the problem here.
You're fired.
The game wants to put it in an area that we have too many people. Oh, I really don't want to have to do the big old battle. Doesn't look like I have a choice though. I think I've done all the rest. Do this one. Oh, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Going too fast.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Okay. Assuming.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
The enemy's attacking. Going to alert status.
Understood. Maintain heightened alert.
Boom, boom.
HQ, come in.
This is HQ.
This is patrol. All clear.
Understood. Stay vigilant.
Freeze.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Oh, there's another area. Damn. Excuse me? One more. Probably outside. Boop, 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 boop. There.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Freeze.
Head for the recovery zone. Pick you up there.
Want to see if there's anything hiding out here. They've been hiding those confidential docs in these little corners, nooks, and crannies. Doesn't look like it though.
I knew you could do it. Piece of cake, right?
G-Thank. G-Thank. Boop, boop, boo. A C. Damn. Oh, could the caution go off? Is that why? That's why. Nothing, huh? Does he gotta get an army in here for? Damn it.
You're fired.
Okay. Oh. Increased suppressor durability is pretty dope. What did I need for the upgraded? Oh, I need medical at 32. Okay. I wonder if I can just fabricate that. There we go. All right, listen to the tape.
Let's get...
Good call, Harry. Oh my god.
Number of warheads detected by the DEW line.
57.
Number of MIRVs included.
Minimum 29, maximum 35.
Target region.
United States. East.
We already know all this, right? Oh, it doesn't count for listening to it because I skipped it? Cool.
Hello, Snake. It's been a while, hasn't it? I hear you've been causing quite the ruckus in Nicaragua. Nothing much to report from my end. The legacy's being put to good use. Or so they tell me. But enough with the small talk. There's something I need to tell you. You saw the photo that came with this tape, right? The boss gave that to me 10 years ago. I'm sorry, I should have told you sooner. I probably should have told you right away.
How long have we had this?
But sending it to you hasn't been an easy decision to make. It's taken me 10 years. Once you've heard what I have to say, you'll understand why. That photo belonged to her. I know what you're thinking. What does she have to do with this? You've probably seen it 100 times in the press already. Obviously, it's a
Yeah, cheers,
Mercury
Baku.
7,
Have a good night.
the
Thanks
first
for being
group
here.
of American astronauts, the heroes of Project Mercury. But there were actually 8 people in that photo. One of them was edited out, erased, without a trace. That 8th astronaut, the one airbrushed out of existence, that was her, Snake. Now, why did they need to keep her existence a secret? What were they trying to hide? The answer goes back even further. 17 years ago. It was the height of the Cold War. The Eastern and Western blocs were racing to develop space technology to match their nuclear arsenals. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite. The Americans were stunned. They'd been led to believe their country led the world in science and technology. That shock quickly turned into fear. If the Russians had the know-how to launch a satellite into space, they could use it to launch a nuclear missile, too. Frantic, the U.S. threw everything it had into the space race. The following year, the Army succeeded in launching the first American satellite, Explorer 1. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration was established that fall, and Project Mercury with it. The goal was to send a man into space, and 7 men were chosen as pilot candidates. The media dubbed them the Mercury 7. They were immediately hailed as national heroes, icons of Western space exploration. But after Explorer, America suffered a series of failed rocket launches. Desperate, the government made a fateful decision. Unable to wait for its space program to mature, they'd steal the Soviets' technology, at the same time sabotaging their space program. You know better than anyone how hard a mission that was. The Soviet space program was shrouded in secrecy. Recovering that information would be no easy task. Using the help of an insider, they'd insert a sleeper agent into the research institute, or else recruit one of those insiders to do the job for them. And, if necessary, the mission leader would have to go in and sort things out themselves. Someone was needed with experience, knowledge, and superior intuition. And the only one for the job was the boss. The president himself asked for her by name. He needed someone who could be trusted with the fate of a nation. Who else to turn to but the hero of the Second World War? It was June 1959. So you see, Snake, that's why she left. That was the top secret mission that took her from you. But her selection ruffled a few CIA feathers. They didn't appreciate the president going over their head like that. The mission was tough enough already, and now the CIA was dragging its feet. She couldn't get anything out of them. No manpower, no information. Left to her own devices, the boss made a decision she knew would come back to haunt her. She decided to tap into the Philosopher's Network. And that's when the wheels of fate began to turn.
Oh boy.
The Philosophers were a secret society of power brokers formed in a pact between the US, Russia, and China in the early 20th century. Of course, by that time, the American and Soviet branches had already parted ways. But there were those among the remaining Russian philosophers not entirely happy with the one-party communist state. The boss reached out to them. She arranged clandestine meetings in Berlin, hoping to find a way into OKB-1, the Soviets' premier design bureau. She worked tirelessly to win their sympathy, in some instances using huge sums of cash, in others by helping them over the Berlin Wall. It was a dangerous game to be playing. The Philosophers had everything on her, and not just information either. She'd given birth to a child on the battlefield, only to have them immediately snatch it away. I know she told you that story. If that child was in the hands of the Soviet philosophers, she'd be putting more than just herself in danger. But she did what she had to do. At the time, the Soviet Union was believed to have an arsenal of missiles far greater than that of the United States. If that proved to be the case, Moscow would be free from the yoke of nuclear deterrence, raising the possibility that the Soviets might actually launch nukes if they felt it necessary. As you know, the so-called missile gap turned out to be a Soviet bluff. Moscow had gone to incredible lengths to perpetuate the lie. In fact, the whole space race was really just a part of an elaborate ruse. Only we didn't know that at the time. She used to joke that even she swallowed the whole missile gap story, hook, line, and sinker. She put her life on the line, for the sake of her country, to prevent nuclear war. And it was because of her sacrificial efforts that America succeeded in placing a sleeper agent inside OKB-1. NASA began to receive huge volumes of technical data from the Soviet program. By the end of 1959, they'd succeeded in sending a chimpanzee named Sam on a ballistic rocket flight. The rocket never left the atmosphere. But all the same, it was a huge success for NASA, restoring confidence in its technology. Then, just when the operation was starting to produce results, the CIA came calling. "You're a war hero," they said. "No need for you to dirty your hands with this sort of black ops. We'll take it from here." In effect, they wanted to reap the rewards for themselves. But the boss didn't object. "My part is over," she said. "I don't care what you do with the data now." It seemed as if NASA was making great strides toward manned spaceflight, while the Russians lagged behind. They even got a report from their mole at OKB-1. "The safe return of Sam has sent our scientists into a panic," he said. Soon afterward, the Soviet Union sent an animal of its own into space on Sputnik 2, the dog Kudryavka, better known to the world as Laika. But Laika was fated never to return to Earth. The U.S. can recover its spacecraft from the ocean upon re-entry. But the Soviet Union only borders the frozen Arctic. They had to bring their spacecraft down on land. How could they soften the impact enough to bring a living creature back safely? The agent reported that the Soviets hadn't yet found a solution to that problem. The plot to sabotage the Soviet space program seemed to be working, too. First, they tampered with Sputnik 4's re-entry. Then, 2 months later, one of their rockets exploded on the launch pad. They did manage to send 2 dogs into orbit aboard Sputnik 5 and return them safely to Earth. But the agent dismissed it as a fluke. Dogs, sure, but humans? They didn't have the technology. Everybody believed it. Everybody was complacent. Everybody. Except the boss. There was something about the Sputnik 5 schematics they were getting that didn't seem right. Some kind of ejection device on the capsule that didn't quite belong. She couldn't figure out the reason why it was there. What was it supposed to eject? NASA shrugged off her concerns. They figured it was probably meant to eject the flight recorder in case of an accident. The boss pleaded with them to investigate, but the CIA wasn't having it. They probably thought she was trying to reclaim some of the glory for herself. The boss wouldn't give up. She decided to head to the Soviet Union herself, alone, without any backing from the CIA. By the beginning of the next year, 1961, she'd succeeded in infiltrating OKB-1. That's when she saw the truth, for the first time.
Of course it stops there. That's so long my controller turned off.
The sleeper that she'd worked so hard to place was a double agent. He'd been turned by the Soviets and was feeding the Americans lies. But what shocked the boss even more was why. The CIA's access agent had been taking a large cut of the sleeper's pay. The sleeper felt what little he was left with wasn't worth the risk. When he got a better offer from Moscow, he took it. At some point, the Americans' intelligence operation had become an open book to the Soviets. And contrary to what the sleeper had been reporting, the Soviets' manned spaceflight technology was quite advanced. It wasn't until she infiltrated OKB-1 herself that the boss learned the truth about Sputnik 5. After the spacecraft re-entered the atmosphere, it ejected the pilot, seat and all, at an altitude of 7,000 meters. It was the Soviet solution to the problem of land recovery. The mystery device attached to Sputnik 5 was for that purpose. The pilot would parachute down from that high altitude wearing a bulky spacesuit. Crazy, I know. The Soviets knew exactly how dangerous it was, of course. So much so that they gave Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space, a special 2-rank promotion before re-entry. Only Moscow could come up with this kind of plan. With total state control over information, they could easily pretend it never happened in the event of a failure. The boss passed the info on to NASA. It was their worst nightmare. The glory of mankind's first space flight was about to be stolen from them by the Soviet Union. It was Sputnik all over again. And the CIA was caught no less off guard. Their ineptitude had caused the fiasco in the first place. The Soviets' deception was brilliant. They'd woven a masterful tapestry of truth and fiction to convince the Americans their intelligence operations were proceeding as planned. No one but the boss could have seen through it. It was obvious the Soviets had some gifted minds working on their side. But that certainly didn't excuse the CIA's massive failure. The CIA wasn't done, though, and devised an ingenious plan to avoid taking responsibility. Luckily for them, a new president had been elected the previous November, John F. Kennedy. As he didn't know the case history when taking office, the CIA was able to feed lies to his new administration. They masked their own failures, placing the blame squarely on the boss's shoulders. After all, she'd selected an unreliable sleeper. They claimed she'd failed to make use of one of the most effective means of controlling a sleeper agent's actions: holding their family hostage. The boss was well aware that would have worked. She told me so later, but she couldn't bring herself to do it. It seems clear it had to do with having her own child taken. She could never inflict the same pain on anyone else. The CIA used that against her. In his election campaign, Kennedy had vowed to close the missile gap with Moscow. If America lost the space race, that promise would be worthless. The fact that the president had no links to the philosophers only made things worse. He was completely unaware of the secret networks she'd used to complete her mission. In his eyes, she was no better than a traitor. The fate that awaited her was cruel beyond belief.
I'm not gonna think too hard.
The order came down from above. The boss would take the official blame for the sleeper's betrayal. More so, she'd serve as the guinea pig for NASA's manned spaceflight program. By then, NASA had gotten as far as sending a chimp named Ham into space. Now came a whole battery of ground tests to pave the way for a human to take its place. High-G tests, zero-G tests, spacesuit tests, simulations and pressurized oxygen environments. Some of the tests were highly dangerous, too dangerous for the Mercury 7, who were by then already media darlings. So the boss was made to stand in for them. She could have refused the order, argued her side of the story against the CIA, but she didn't. The way she saw it, her military experience made her a potentially valuable asset to those tests. She felt it was her duty to accept. She soon proved herself right. The boss was more than just a guinea pig. She drew on her experience to give the staff focused advice exactly where it was needed. NASA's space program took off again. At the rate they were going, putting a man in space seemed within reach. The higher-ups at NASA were impressed with her talents. They took to calling her the 8th astronaut, the Mercury Lady. The photo I sent you was taken around that time. I suppose maybe they were planning to use it as propaganda, the world's first female astronaut. But then, just as things were looking up, they hit a new snag. The government told them to add a window. There were no windows in NASA's spacecraft back then. Ham never saw the stars around him. But Washington insisted. Their sources told them Soviet spaceships had windows. Space exploration as a form of propaganda in itself. After all, what was the point of sending a man into space if he couldn't tell the world what he'd seen? Most of all, though, they simply couldn't have the Russians doing something they couldn't. It was sheer madness, and everybody knew it. NASA was already facing impossible deadlines. Now they were adding yet another element of uncertainty to the mix. Installing a window would both weaken the spacecraft and make it harder to shield the occupant from cosmic rays. They weren't about to put their Mercury 7 golden boys in that kind of danger. So the boss was chosen as the pilot instead. Even if she made it up into space, she was given less than a 20% chance of returning to Earth alive. But she took it in stride, even helping them make the necessary design changes to the Mercury capsule. It was like going to work every day at NASA to make her own coffin. Then, without warning, the US received intelligence that the Soviets had moved their Vostok spacecraft to the launch site. The launch was set for the following day, April 12th, 1961. America couldn't let the Soviets beat them with Vostok. NASA was forced to cut short the testing process and move the launch date up. They pulled out all the stops to get it scheduled for the earliest hours of the next day.
Thanks for the YouTube sub.
The spacecraft would be launched from Cape Canaveral in the dead of night. For the flight path, they chose a course that would take her as far east as possible. She'd be able to see the Earth in daylight from the window, at least for a little while. The boss climbed into the Mercury capsule, having completed less than 80% of the regular flight procedures. Both the timing and the flight path were risky, and testing was far from complete. But NASA had no other choice.
Yeah, no other choice.
For her part, never expected to come home alive. She was going on a one-way trip, the American version of Laika the dog. And yet she went all the same. Someone has to be first, she said. If fate has chosen me, then I accept, for my country, for the balance of the world. That's how she saw things. My chances may be slim, but I'll take them. I've accepted my fate. If anyone can get through this, I can. Then, on April 12th at 1:30 in the morning, the boss entered space. It was nothing short of a miracle. First, that she'd made it in an incomplete spacecraft. And second, that her flight coincided almost exactly with Gagarin's. As the sun rose over the horizon, and cosmic rays began to bombard her through the window, she saw the Earth. I think you've heard the story before. It was a world without borders, a perfect jewel. All nations, all ideologies. They seemed so far away. It almost made her laugh, knowing that they'd risked so much to beat the Soviets by a few short minutes. If she'd seen Vostok from her window, she probably would have waved. But the two spacecraft were destined for very different fates. Gagarin circled the Earth and returned to the Soviet Union, safe and sound. The Mercury capsule, on the other hand, deviated from its planned re-entry angle. The addition of a window had thrown the capsule's aerodynamics off balance.
Who could have guessed?
The boss's coffin veered wildly off course and began to plunge earthward. The course deviation caused the capsule to miss its splashdown point by a wide margin. It didn't have enough time to decelerate before crashing into the sea. The force of the impact shattered the spacecraft before it started to sink like a stone. The boss used the last of her strength to escape to the surface. Her body was covered in bruises and scorched by radiation. It was a miracle she was still alive. She slipped into a coma and didn't regain consciousness for 6 months. To some, what was worst of all was that she had lost the space race to Gagarin by only a few minutes. That aside, it should have been a proud day for America. Its first manned spaceflight. Sadly, her accomplishment was kept out of the history books. An attempt to save face by Washington. In contrast to Gagarin's orbital flight, America had only managed a ballistic trajectory. Her flight time was much shorter, too. And most importantly, the Soviets had brought back both spacecraft and pilot safely. NASA couldn't even conjure up a half-hearted tale of heroic survival. The coup de grace, though, was the Soviet propaganda campaign that kicked into gear after the flight. The Earth was blue. Those were the words of Gagarin on his return, and the whole world was listening. In the blink of an eye, Gagarin was an international celebrity, earning accolades from every corner. It was a PR coup for the Soviet Union. Meanwhile, Washington could only grit its teeth in silence. They decided there was no value in making the boss's flight public, that it would only make matters worse. So they buried it instead. labeling it a dark mission. NASA and the CIA did everything in their power to erase all traces of the boss from Project Mercury. The result was the photo you see before you. Not a bad job, huh? Not only did they expunge her flight from the records, they denied that she ever existed. And that wasn't the end of it. As an alibi, the military claimed she'd taken part in the CIA's botched Bay of Pigs plot to take back Cuba. And when the boss was finally well enough to return to service, they wouldn't take her back. She was forced to go underground. In the public eye, the boss was still a hero of World War II. In reality, though, she was anything but that. She was a non-person, fit only for the blackest of black ops. In effect, she may as well have been dead. Gagarin went on a worldwide tour in front of millions of adoring fans. The boss, meanwhile, was a walking secret, unable to breathe a word about her experience. The authorities in Washington had this to say: "Why are you still here? If only you'd had the decency to give us a nice quote like Gagarin and then die an honorable death, you'd have gone down as a hero." 3 weeks later, on May 5th, Alan Shepard, one of the Mercury 7, made his own ballistic flight. They sure didn't try to cover up his achievement. Of course, he owed his success to the lessons learned from the boss's tragedy. Before sending Gagarin up into space, the Soviets had used a mannequin called Ivan Ivanovich to test the landing procedure, which would make the boss America's version of a crash test dummy. But she didn't care.
Typed up.
"I'm happy to be the dummy," she said, "if it'll help the project succeed. Nothing would give me greater satisfaction." And that still wasn't the end of it. The boss had worked through the anti-Moscow faction of the Soviet Union's philosophers to place the sleeper agent, and at some point, the Soviets found out about it. Yet the Americans remained oblivious to the end. Even the philosopher network the boss plugged into never tipped them off to the double cross. That could only mean one of two things. Either the pro-Moscow philosophers had intervened, or the anti-Moscow philosophers had been turned. Either way, it was a situation their American counterparts couldn't stand. To preserve the philosopher's good name, and to repay her debt, so to speak, the boss once again made her way into the Soviet Union. There, she found herself face to face with the Soviets' own agent.
Who was?
And who should she find awaiting her return to Russia? The one who'd turned her sleeper against her. Who'd fed them lies all this time. It was her former comrade in arms. The father of her child.
Oh.
The man known as the Sorrow.
Oh.
He didn't know it was the boss who'd sent the sleeper. Or to be more precise, the Soviet philosophers never told him. Former lovers, forced to fight to the death. One would live and one would die, she told me. That was the revenge the Soviet philosophers had in store for me. If both of them survived, their child would suffer in their place. They were left with no other option. The boss shot him. He offered no resistance. When she returned from the Soviet Union, there was no place left for her to go. She'd sacrificed everything. Everything. For her country. And in return, they treated her like a dead woman. She was made a scapegoat for no good reason. Only because power had changed hands in Washington. Any lesser being would have long since cracked. It was then that one of her old SAS comrades reached out to her. Major Zero. And so Fox was born. She undertook a mission that, well, You should know better than anybody. You are a part of it. 20 days after Shepard's flight, President Kennedy announced that America would put a man on the moon. Without the intelligence the boss obtained, America's space program would never have caught up. Armstrong and Aldrin might never have walked on the moon, but the Americans' gain had cost the boss her health, her honor, and the man she loved. The word tragedy doesn't even begin to describe what she endured. The Soviets continued their manned space flights, and in 1963, Valentina Tereshkova became the so-called first woman in space. It's said they took their cue from NASA's long-buried Mercury Lady project. And so that, Snake, is the mission that kept her away from you for so long. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Do you?
Why not use me as her agent? She knew I'd never even think of betraying her. I think it's because she didn't want to drag you into it. She probably knew what was going to happen. To complete the mission, she'd have to turn to the philosophers, and once she did that, whatever came of it, there'd be a price to pay. No one understood that better than her. So please, Snake, let it go. When she gave me the photo, she left me to decide whether or not to pass it along to you. I know she was torn about it, just as I was. She knew you'd probably blame yourself. Why did she hold on to it for so long? That, I can't say. To remind her of how much it hurt to be erased. She wasn't that kind of person. No. I think she meant it to be a message to you. She had her identity, her life, taken away. But she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. Snake, you've probably already figured this out, but it's no accident that I'm only now sending you something I've withheld for so long.
Of course not.
Little Bird tells me you recently made a big decision. You and the boss are different people. I understand that. And I'm not trying to second guess you. I simply wanted you to know what she saw, how she felt. That's all. Keep it with you, Snake. Keep it deep inside. Don't ever forget the path she took. Because you and I are the only people on this earth who know the truth.
Boss, I'm sorry, but I can't.
That was a lot. Anyway, defending the bases. Yeah.
Neutralize all enemy attackers.
That wasn't too bad. Boop, boop, boo. Boop, boop, boo. Boop, boop, boo. You got an S. Which means we get the next main mission, right? Nope. Oh.
Combat.
Sure.
Engaging shock units. Firing boosters.
la la.
Engaging shock units. Firing boosters.
Okay, just stop it this time. Cool.
Firing boosters. Shock output at maximum. Engaging shock units.
Right. Their health bars are so massive for no reason.
Firing boosters.
Mm-hmm.
Commencing turn.
They've okayed the request for support. Did you
Sick.
Shock output at maximum. Engaging shock units.
That's why I didn't want to do this fight. This is gonna take 30 years.
Target locked.
requested supporting fire?
Fire rations already.
maximum. Engaging shock unit.
Oh, it's one behind me, I didn't see. I think we're done. Wrong button.
Firing boosters. Target locked. Commencing engaging shock units. Shock output maximum. Engaging shock unit. Firing boosters. Target locked. Firing boosters. Firing boosters.
Not gonna hit by that, but
Shock output maximum. Engaging shock unit. Firing boosters. Engaging shock units. Engaging shock units.
Come on.
What's going on? Report. What's your situation? Snake!
We'll just finish it on Saturday. It is what it is. Yeah.